Hello everybody and welcome to my second mythology vlog. Last time you met Väinämöinen and bunch of his friends, and today you are going to meet a new character called Joukahainen. Joukahainen is a guy from Pohjola who is described as a thin young man with beady eyes. Joukahainen had heard of Väinämöinen's power of poem singing and was envious of it, so Joukahainen told his parents that he's going to search for Väinämöinen and challenge him to a duel. But his parents said, "No, you are not going anywhere, you are not borrowing the car, you will do your homework and go straight to bed." But Joukahainen didn't listen to them. He took the horse cart and started to look for Väinämöinen. And after 3 days, he found Väinämöinen on a road. And to get Väinämöinen to stop, he crashed his cart into his. Joukahainen said, "I know you, Väinämöinen, and I challenge you to a rhyming battle." Yes, we have rap battles in Finnish mythology. And the theme of this rhyming battle was knowledge. Knowledge is the most important thing in Finnish mythology. It's the base of all magical powers. If you knew how something was born, how something came to being, you could then control that thing. Väinämöinen asked, "Tell me, what do you know then?" And Joukahainen said, "I know a lot of things. I know about the herring and the salmon. I know about the sea dog, which is the seal. I know that the people in Pohjola plow their fields with reindeers, and the people in Kalevala plow their fields with horses." And then Joukahainen named 3 of the greatest rapids, lakes and mountains in the world. But Väinämöinen said, "Well, everybody knows that. What else do you know?" And then Joukahainen told how the birds came to being. He knew that the brass comes from the mountains. And Joukahainen knew that the willow was the first tree in the world. Väinämöinen was still not impressed. He said that, "Well, that's children's knowledge. Everybody knows that. What else do you know?" Then Joukahainen started bragging that he was there when the world was born. He saw when the sky was lifted above the world. He saw when the moon and the sun was lifted on the sky. And Väinämöinen said, "Well, you are a filthy liar, because I was actually there when the world was born, and I did not see you there, so you are just a liar." Joukahainen was angry that he was shamed like this, so he challenged Väinämöinen to a duel to the death with the swords. But Väinämöinen said, "I will only battle those that are equal with me, so I'm not going to fight with you." Then Joukahainen threatened Väinämöinen, saying that, "I will sing you into a swine, and then for the rest of your life you will just scurry around in the grass looking for worms to eat." Then Väinämöinen got really mad and started to sing, and the lakes splashed, the mountains trembled, and the ground split in two from the power of Väinämöinen's song. And Joukahainen himself was thrown into a swamp and he started sinking in. Only then Joukahainen realized that he was no match for Väinämöinen, and he started pleading for his life. Joukahainen said, "I have 2 amazing bows. You can have one of them if you just let me out of here." And Väinämöinen said, "I don't need your stinking bows. They are just vendor trash. I have purple epics all around my house. All my walls are filled with epic items. I don't need your stinking crap." And Joukahainen sank a little bit more. Then Joukahainen said, "I have 2 amazing rowing boats. You can have one of them." Väinämöinen said, "I don't need your stupid boats. I have big ships in every lake and every river in this world." And Joukahainen sank a little bit more. And then Joukahainen said, "I have 2 great horses. One of them is really fast and one of them is really strong. You can pick either one of them." And Väinämöinen said, "I don't need your nags. I have epic mounts. I don't know what to do with all my epic mounts. I've tried to give them away, but they are bound to my account, so I can't." And Joukahainen sank a little bit further. Then Joukahainen said, "You can have a helmet full of gold and a blanket full of silver if you just let me out of here." And Väinämöinen said, "I have barns full of gold and I have too much silver as it is." And Joukahainen sank a little bit further. Then Joukahainen said, "You can have all the lands that I own. I own lots of great fields." And Väinämöinen said, "I don't need your lands because I own most of the country as it is. I have amazing fertile fields and your little sandboxes don't interest me." And Joukahainen sank a little bit further. Then Joukahainen was up to his eyeballs in the swamp, and as a last ditch effort he said, "You can marry my beautiful sister Aino." And Väinämöinen said, "Well, actually, that's a good idea." And then Väinämöinen sang, and the stones were turned back to Joukahainen's horse, and his cart was returned. And Joukahainen was pulled out of the swamp, and Väinämöinen let him go. Then Joukahainen rode back to home, and his mother was curious as to why the cart was broken and Joukahainen's pants were a bit brown. Joukahainen said, "Well, there's a slight chance, maybe a little, that I might have possibly promised that Väinämöinen can marry Aino. Ish, just a little bit." And the mother said, "Well, that's a good idea actually. Väinämöinen is a great man. He has lots of gold and lots of horses and epic bows, I hear. So he's going to make a great husband for my Aino. And Joukahainen said, yes, that was my plan all along. But when they told the news to Aino, she was not happy. She didn't want to marry an old man like Väinämöinen. So she started crying and screaming and throwing away her jewelry. And when nothing helped, she threw herself into the ocean and died. But I think that's a good place to stop this time. I hope you liked the story with the epic rap battle. I don't know when the next episode will be up, but I will make one maybe sometime in the near future. Bye bye.